Hi, I'm Ryan.
And hi, I'm Pat.
And together,
We're a riot.
So, welcome back to Riot, a Stowe Canyon podcast, where you get to learn about what your instructors are up to when Outdoor Ed goes online.
So today we have a very special guest. I'd like to introduce you to Elle. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Hi, my name is Elle. I'm originally from Connecticut, and I've been teaching students for 2-ish years now.
Wow, that's like longer than 1 year.
It is longer than 1 year, by a whole year, Pat. A whole year.
Math.
Awesome. So, Elle, before we get into our science a little bit later, we're going to start out with a quick game.
I love games.
All right. So,
Not this one.
I'm a rocket.
Oh no, I lost the game. So, for our first game for this episode, we're going to be doing trivia.
I love trivia.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to jump in, see how many get right, and let's see where it goes. So, question number 1, Elle. Which planet is the hottest in the solar system? Is it A, Mars, B, Mercury, C, Venus, or D, Saturn?
I'm going to go with D, Saturn.
You would be wrong. It is C, Venus.
How do you know?
All right.
So,
Yeah, moving on.
question number 2. What natural disaster is measured with a Richter scale? Is it A, tornadoes, B, earthquakes, C, tsunamis, but with a T at the start of it, or D, hurricanes?
It is B, earthquakes.
That is correct.
Wow.
All right. Moving on to number 3. What part of the atom has no electric charge? Is it A, the electron, B, the proton, C, neutron, or D, nucleus?
It's been a while since high school chemistry, folks.
I learned this in 6th grade.
It's been even longer since 6th grade. I feel like it should be the neutron, but I'm not actually positive. It might be the nucleus.
Final answer.
Neutron.
You would be right. It is neutron.
All right. L. What is the symbol for potassium? Is it A, B, B, C, C, D, or D, K?
It is K+. It has a positive charge of 1.
Oh man, it doesn't have too many neutrons then. So, your next question is, which country produces the most coffee in the world? Is it A, Ethiopia, B, Brazil, C, Colombia, or D, Spain?
As a tea drinker, I feel a little targeted. Brazil's the biggest country out of all of those. Let's go with Brazil.
You'd be right.
Yeah!
All right.
So, which European nation was said to invent hot dogs? Was it A, Germany, B, France, C, Switzerland, or D, Belgium?
Let's go with A, Germany.
Wow, ding, ding, ding. We got it. All right. Your next question now is, what is a female donkey called? Is it A, a jenny, B, a sow, C, a mare, like M-A-R-E, or D, a queen?
A Jenny?
It is right.
All right. Which animal symbolizes good luck in Europe? A, alligator, B, elephant, C, beetle, or D, ladybug?
This is all of Europe.
All of Europe.
It's a lot of countries. Ladybug.
Wow, that was correct.
All right, moving into question number 9. How many hearts does an octopus have?
More than me.
Is it A, 2, B, 1, C, 3, or D, 4?
In my personal experience with octopuses,
Octopi.
it's actually both, if you look it up.
Octopeople.
Octopeople. 3?
You are correct.
I'll follow my personal experience with octopus.
So, what name is used to refer to a group of frogs? Is it A, a colony, B, army, C, leap, D, bloat?
If it is a leap of frogs, I'm going to lose it.
High quality game.
A
Though.
colony.
That is wrong.
It's an army.
How did you not know that?
Those were all
I have-
those were all actual words for different groups of animals. I think leap, if I remember right, was either a cheetah or leopards.
A
No.
leap of leopards.
You cover leopard, say that 5 times fast.
All right,
So,
Elle, you got 8 out of 10 correct.
So much better than yesterday.
That means we get to go on to our next segment.
Oh, phew, I was worried I would have just...
What up, nerd?
That's the name of our segment, What Up Nerd? So, what up nerd?
What's up, Ryan? What's up, Pat?
So,
All right.
around Stone Canyon, everyone's been working on projects and stuff.
Yes.
So have you been working on a project?
Funny enough, I have been working on a project.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah?
It's called a mountain weather project. Actually, I filmed it. You should be able to see it on our Facebook page or maybe our YouTube channel. Check that out, kids. So I've been working on a mountain weather project, trying to introduce students at home to some of the terminology that they might be seeing on the Weather Channel at home. Yeah.
So why is that important to you?
Well, now that students are doing a lot of remote learning from home, they have access to new tools and they're also having exposure to new things. So they might be seeing the Weather Channel, seeing the news on a little bit more than they have been in the past. So I thought it'd be really nice if they had an actual scientific background for what all of those words on the screen mean.
Oh, cool. Interesting.
So for this project, how did you show this with your project?
So I had a plastic bin, I had some aluminum foil to make a fake mountain range in the middle, and then I had hot water, which I dyed yellow, and cold water, which I dyed blue, and I was basically looking for how those different water colors and those water systems might mix together and how they might be kept separate if we had some sort of barrier like a mountain range in the middle. Yeah.
So you mentioned watching the weather.
Yes.
Ryan, you watch the weather, right?
Occasionally when, during commercial breaks.
So I don't. But I was watching it that one time. And Elle told me that the L's and H's don't stand for lemurs and hyenas going to battle with each other.
Like a leap.
Yeah, like a leap of lemurs. So could you speak to us on what those L's and H's might represent?
Yes, common misconception, lemurs and hyenas, also levitating horses, for that one before. Those L's and H's are actually standing in for the pressure systems we might see. So that L is actually for low pressure system, those we might see with some warm weather fronts, low density pressure systems moving in. Those H's are actually for high pressure systems. That's going to be the opposite. We're going to see cold weather fronts and higher density systems. So that's just talking about what those different weather fronts are and how they're moving across the state and the country.
Wow. So, like he was saying, like when I saw that, on commercial breaks, when I flip over to the Weather Channel, or if I'm going from like Disney Channel to Nickelodeon, I have to cross it.
Yeah.
So I saw those like lines, like red and blue lines. Like one had like triangles, the other had like these half circles.
Mm-hmm.
Like what happens when they look like battle lines? Like what happens when they collide?
So we might see those colliding in what we call an occluded front. So that's when either warm air is going to replace cold air or cold air is going to replace warm air. In the Rockies, where we are right now, we're much more likely to see cold type occluded fronts, and that is when there's cold air coming in behind and there is less cold air going in the front. So that colder air is replacing the cooler air, and that will look pretty similar to a cold type weather front. So we're going to see a lot of precipitation, maybe some thunderstorms in the summer and snow in the winter.
Awesome. So you mentioned a lot of this, like doing this project.
Mm-hmm.
Are there like diagrams and stuff that we could find, like to help us? For me, I'm a visual learner.
Yes.
So where can our watchers find that?
There are some great resources online. I would encourage everyone to go check out the National Geographic online website. They have some really cool stuff on fronts and the different weather patterns we see associated with those.
All right. So now that we have passed What Up Nerd, we're going to enter into the final showdown. I don't think we have the copyright for that. All right. So, Elle, this is a question that you have not been prepped for.
Yeah.
You're not ready. What will happen in this final showdown is you'll have to come up with your answer and why you're answering this way when we give it to you.
Yeah, sounds great. I feel confident.
Would you like to introduce it, Pat?
So, if animals could talk, like all animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest and why?
Wow. Okay. My gut is telling me house cats because we see them do rude things. I grew up with a house cat, and it's very sweet, nice little kitty. But she would also do these really mean things, like climb up on a counter and make eye contact with me as she pushed things off. Like, hey, Annie, don't do that. She looks right and she does it anyway. So I think if they could talk, just all that rudeness would just be verbalized.
Huh.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be like a toucan.
Oh, yeah.
Like Toucan Sam, like the big old bird, like get out of my Fruit Loops, or just like just they've got all those colors on, and it just reminds me of like an old bag lady, who's just like.
What's wrong with old bag ladies? Maybe they're nice people.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to tell your future. But yeah, it just seems like a stuck-up bird. You know what I'm saying?
I like that you mentioned birds. So Justin had asked me this question, and he told me it would be ducks, because they seem all nice and peaceful, but they nip at you sometimes.
Yeah,
but also they're like, think about it, always give them bread. He was like, you know what? They'll probably be like, what do you think? We like bread? We don't want bread. They're like, look how hard it is to fly in a V. You could barely walk. We're over here trying to fly in V formations, and they would probably just be mouthing off all the time. And that's why you just can't trust a duck.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, all right. That was a great answer, Elle. Thank you for putting up with our series of questions and helping also our listeners and viewers to learn a little bit more about weather and how it can be affected by where we live here in Colorado.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
So, that is our podcast.
Join us next time.
This is Pat.
And that's Ryan.
And we're
A Riot.